So today's video is an easy tutorial on how to do a full flight in the PMDG 737-700. I recently got this plane from PMDG's website, but you can also purchase it for the same $70 price through the Marketplace and Microsoft Flight Simulator. That being said, I was concerned if I would be able to do a full flight with it because of how realistic it is, and my current knowledge of the FMC is pretty basic. I'm currently working on my recreational license. However, I frequently fly the more unrealistic airliners that are in Microsoft Flight Simulator. As far as X-Plane, I do the bare minimum in the FMC for the 737-800. While I was researching the PMDG's 737-700, I watched many videos on how to start it up from cold and dark to make sure it was something I would be able to do. Thankfully, between my knowledge of the basics of how to program the FMC, along with the videos I watched, I was successful with flying the 737-700. Since I was able to figure it out, I wanted to make this video to show other people how to fly it. Even though there were a few videos that helped me, I found that there were still details missing in the videos, or the instructions were done too quickly, which made it confusing. Out of all the videos that I watched, in my opinion the best one was from TJ Fly. He was clear with his instructions and easy to understand. I will put his channel in the description below. And yeah, here we go. First, let's go to the cockpit. Then you're going to want to head down to the MCDU. So it's off for me because I've already flown it and I've already made it cold and dark. So just don't do what I'm about to do. I will tell you when you have to do what I have to do. Just hold on just a second. Okay, so your FMC should look like this. You're going to want to go to PMDG setup. Click that soft key one time. You're going to want to go to startup state, which is cold and dark. Click that one time, soft key. Then you're going to want to hit the cold and dark soft key right here, one time. Exec. Now you have to restart the flight. So you're going to want to hit the escape key. Go to the restart button right here. Continue with the restart. And it should only take a couple seconds. There we go. Now you just hit ready to fly. And you will be in the cold and dark setting. So now we are going to make our way up to the overhead panel, which is directly above our heads. Then we are going to switch on the battery, which is this switch right here. Then we are going to open the standby power guard. Once that's open, you're going to want to switch the standby power 2 clicks to battery. Now in the FMC, you can go to FS Actions, go to Ground Services, and then you're going to want to hit Request Ground Power, which is this soft key right here. Click this one time. The ground power cart is right here, so you just have to wait for that to connect. After that, you're going to want to make your way back down to the FMC, and then hit the return soft key twice. So 1, 2. After that, go up to the FMC soft key, click that one time. Go to Position Initialize, and we will grab our GPS position. Click the soft key one time, and then put that into the IRS position as our starting GPS position. Now we are going to hit the root soft key one time, and you will put in your departure, so where you are right now on the ground, and where you are headed to. So right now I am in Fort Lauderdale, so that airport identifier is KFLL. Plug that in. And then my destination is Atlanta, so that is KATL. So I will put that in right up here in destination. Now, go to the departure arrival key right here. Click that one time. Go up to departure, the soft key right here. Click that one time. You're going to want to click whichever runway you will be taking off from. For me, it will be 10 left, so we will hit that soft key. Then, you're going to want to hit the departure arrival key once again. But now, we're going to go to arrival, which is the second soft key right here. Click that one time. And this is what runway you will be landing on. So for me, it will be 27 right. So I have to go and hit next page. Here it is. 27 right. Click that one time. After that, you will go to route, activate, exec. After that, you're going to want to hit the next page key right here. And then if you see route discontinuity, you'll hit the first waypoint soft key right here. Then you're going to want to go to the soft key right above it. Click that soft key one time. Hit exec. And then the plane will fly directly to that first waypoint. Now we will hit the init ref key right here. Click that one time. And now we need to see what our gross weight is, what our total weight is. So you're going to want to go up to the weight and balance icon right here. Click that one time. And we will see what our total weight is, our gross weight. So you could leave that open just so you have it, so you could see it, or you could just memorize it, either or. So 121.45. We punch it into the soft key right here. We can now close this. Fuel reserve will be 1. Our cruising altitude for today will be 40,000 feet. Punch that in right here. Our cost index will be 100 for full power. Oh, sorry about that. Our cost index will be 100 for full power. And our trans altitude is 18,000 feet. If you are in the UK, it will be 5,000 feet. And then after that, you just hit exec to save that. After that, you're going to want to hit the N1 limit soft key right here. Click this one time. And this part basically deals with climate. And I don't know a whole lot about it, but the individual that I saw in the tutorial kept it at 40 for temperate climates. So I'm just going to keep it at 40 because that worked for me. So 40, and then hit the soft key right at the top for the SEL. Now we will go to takeoff, and we will set our flaps to 5 for takeoff. We will populate the CG by hitting this soft key, sorry. You have to hit that twice. And then we will populate our V speeds. So 1, 2, and 3. Just remember the V2 speed because you're going to need to punch that into the Mach speed in just a second. After that, you're going to want to make your way up to the MCP and switch on both the flight directors, so 1 and 2. Then set your desired altitude to your cruising altitude. So for me, it will be flight level 400 or 40,000 feet. Okay, and here's where you need to remember the V2 speed. If you already forgot it, it's totally fine. Just look down, and then the V2 speed is right there. So for me, it will be 130. So we just plug that in here. So now we need to plug in our course. So with this part, I'm not 100% sure on, but I know if you wanted to find your course, you can go to apxp.info, and then once you search that, you are going to go to whichever country you're flying in. So for me, it's the United States. And then once you click on whichever country, you would go to the top right. Should be, yes, the top right corner, and you put in the airport identifier. So for me, it was KATL because that's my arrival. Yes, that's where I'm going. So after that, there should be a little navigation tab, and once you see that, it should be under LOC/GS. You find your runway, and then there should be a number to the left of that, and that's what I'm presuming it is, but I'm still not 100% sure. But for 27 right, it is 269. So we will plug that in to both of the courses. Oh, sorry. There we go. Now we will set the transponder mode to TARA, which is 2 clicks to the right, so 1, 2. Now we will set the radio minimums to 150 feet. So that's this number right here. So we just have to wait for that to get to 150. Zoom in a bit. There we go. Once you've done that, hit the B hotkey to correct the local altimeter. Now it's time to start the APU. So we are going to turn on both the left fuel pumps, and then we're going to come down here to the APU switch, and then we're going to switch this to start. And then after a couple seconds, the APU will come alive, and there will be a blue light that illuminates here, and that's when you know it's on. Once the blue light has come on, you can now turn on the left and right APU generators, and then after that, you can switch on the APU bleed. Now we can have the ground power be disconnected, and we can now close our doors. So what we have to do now is go to the menu key, go to FS Actions, Ground Services, and release the ground power. Now we can release the stairs by hitting the next page key twice. So 1, 2, stairs, release. There we go. We can now see that the doors are closed and the stairs are gone. After that, now you need to remove the wheel chocks by hitting the soft key right here 1 time. Now they've been removed. Now we can switch on the rest of the remaining fuel pumps, and we can turn on the rest of the hydraulic pumps. Now it's time for pushback, so I will call up the pushback tug by pressing Shift P on my keyboard. So he's going to start moving. So now I will disarm the parking brake. That's disarmed, and now I will show you how to start the engines. While we are pushing back, we are going to start engine number 2. So we are going to set engine number 2 to ground, so that's 1 click to the left. And then we will come down and select engine number 2, click it once, and watch it come alive. We will repeat the process for engine number 1. So select ground, 1 click to the left, select engine number 1, and watch it come alive. Now that we've completed our pushback, we can now arm the parking brake. and we can set our trim. So our takeoff trim will be right here next to the CG, so that is 5.36. So we will come down to the trim wheel right here, and we will set it to 5.36. There we go. Now it's time to do the flight control checks. So I'm going to do full right, full back, full left, full down, back, and now full left and full right for the rudders. Now we're ready to taxi. So the first thing we're going to do is turn on the taxi lights on the overhead panel and turn on the logo lights. Now we will release our parking brake and we will begin to move. And we are moving. As we're taxiing, I can show you the wing views that PMDG's 737 has to offer. To get to the wing views, you have to go to the camera icon, click that one time, go to showcase camera, go to fixed camera, and here are the wing views. There are a bunch of them. I think they're great. And yeah, that's how you basically get to all of them. As we're taxiing, you can set on the anti-ice depending on the conditions, and we can also set the cabin altitude to our cruising altitude. So for me it is flight level 400 or 40,000 feet. As we get to the hold short point, we can now set the parking brake and set the auto brake to RTO, reject takeoff mode. Now we can arm the auto throttle and turn on VNAV. Now we're ready to take off. So we can release the parking brake and we can start to move. Okay, let's go 40% power. Everything's looking good. Full power. V1, rotate. We got a positive rate, gears coming up. And goodbye, Fort Lauderdale. Okay, we can bring our first notch of flaps up. And we can follow our flight path. I'm going to hand fly it for a bit because I absolutely love hand flying this PMDG 737. It's so fun. So now we can go to flap 0. I can tell by looking at the PFD, by seeing the 1 and then flaps up. So we will go flap 0. And we will turn on the autopilot. Or sorry, we will turn on, yes, autopilot and LNAV. So now we should start following that flight path. Yep, there's that right turn, and we should be following this pink line. We have just reached 10,000 feet, so I will go up above, turn off the landing lights, turn off the runway turn-off lights, and turn off the taxi lights. Don't worry about putting your gear lever to off. As we hit the transition altitude, which is 18,000 feet and 5,000 feet in the UK, we can now set the altimeter to standard. In the climb, you'll see that the FMC changes to the progress mode, and this tells you how much time is remaining until your top of climb. Also, I had a cabin altitude alert. I looked up many videos on how to fix it, but I kinda came up empty-handed. I figured out how to silence it because it was really annoying. I was able to silence it using this button, the Alt horn cutout, but I tried turning the packs on to high, engine bleeds. I just basically followed the videos and nothing really helped me. I don't really know where the numbers went, but yeah, that's for another day to learn. But I'm sorry for not explaining it very thoroughly, but it's basically what I know so far. While we're in the cruise, we still have some things to do in the FMC, so we will head down there right now. So first we have to go to legs, and this number right here is our final descent altitude. So I will put that in here I will put that into the MCP here, and at top of descent the plane will automatically start to descend. Next we have to complete our approach ref, so we are going to go to the init ref key, and then here we basically tell the plane what we want as our flaps and approach speed for landing. So we're going to hit flap 40 and 123 knots for our approach. After that, we can set our auto brake to 2. So that is 3 clicks to the right. So 1, 2, 3. As we're in the descent, the plane will slow down automatically and obey any speed restrictions. At trans altitude, we set the altimeter back to local pressure. As we pass 10,000 feet, we will turn on the landing lights. As we get lined up for final, I'm going to reduce the speed and get some vertical speed in there so we don't miss the runway for landing.
2,500.
And you want to drop the flaps as necessary right here. We're a bit low, but that's alright.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, got it down, speed brakes. Reversers are out. There we go. Nice. 60 knots. Reversers, disengage. And yeah, there we go. It was an alright landing. It was a little hard, but it was okay. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I hope this helped. And if you have any questions in the comments, I'll be happy to try and answer them. But yeah, I hope this helped. Like and sub are always appreciated. And yeah, happy flying.